Well, it's Friday night, folks, and you know what that means. It's time for the Midwest Days of Thunder Cup Series race. And tonight it's coming from Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway, a little .6 mile, 6/10 of a mile, that is, oval in Tennessee. I'm joined tonight. I'm Alan English, and I'm joined tonight by Adam Turner down there on pit road. How you doing tonight, Adam?
Oh man, I'm doing great. It's like a night race at your local Saturday night track. It's the Greenville Humane Society 200 Mutt
Mutt
Strut,
Strut 200.
Mutt Strut, Mutt Putt 200. I don't know, but Humane Society is always a cool cause. So check them out with zero fast repairs, 80% fuel. We got stage racing, 25 after 25 laps. The first stage will end. After 100 laps, the second stage will end, and we'll have a 100-lap shootout. Should be pretty awesome. Track's cool, and everything's pretty on point right now. It looks like I'm looking forward to this Midwest Days of Thunder Cup Series race tonight.
Well, speaking of on point, Francisco Villarreal is in the booth, and he'll be doing commentating and running our board for us. How you doing tonight, Francisco?
Doing pretty good. Excited to see how this race goes. We went from a road course last week to a nice, difficult little short track. You know, these cars are pretty good at this track. They do snap on you, so I'm expecting some really fun racing here. But overall, it's fun to be in the booth, fun to be commentating and seeing how these drivers handle tonight.
Well, it sounds like they're doing their race meeting right now, but as soon as they get through with that, you want to pull a couple folks up here in the booth, get some pre-race interviews going?
Yes, sir. That sounds like a really good idea to me.
Yeah, we got to talk to these boys, and we got some cool things that are going on where we can see their face now, so that's kind of cool.
Now, while we wait,
yeah, go ahead.
While we wait for that to happen, I mean, looking at the times, it seems like Gary Sargent's the fastest lap out there so far by about 2/100ths of a second, I believe. Actually, so it's gonna be interesting to see who can pull off this track. It's a difficult track. It's really about just throttle control, how you handle your braking, and basically who can control the car the best while maintaining the momentum in the middle of the corner.
This track does look a little bumpy. See a couple of spots, especially a couple of spots. Let's see. Look like entry into 3. The car gets a little bit upset. I guess it depends on where on the track you're running.
Yes. Now, as you see, there's a few people that will run that bottom line. Now, like you said, it is bumpy, and just like you see on the screen, the 11 goes around. You hit those bumps and you're on that throttle, that car will get out from you. I've ran this track in, I believe, the trucks. I've run it in Xfinity and the Cup cars, and each time those bumps will send you for a ride.
We got to listen to Francisco. He's a little bit better than you and I, Alan, so I believe it. I've only probably driven this track a handful of times, and I'm pretty sure I did very poorly.
Well, we're being told on the YouTube stream that Francisco is a little bit too quiet. We might want to have to juice the volume up a little bit.
Well, thank you for the info.
Thanks for the tip out there.
At least somebody's watching.
Thank you for the info. I believe I took care of that.
We do have a request by Jonathan Nance saying the people must hear from the Sack Attack tonight. So, talking about Gary Sack out there running around the 89, we might have to talk to him if we can get him up here in the booth before this thing starts.
Oh, we're going to talk to him now. Don't kid yourself. Gary's a fan favorite. He's got a signature move. I hope everybody can hear it tonight.
As I believe they just finished practicing.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna get to see him qualify here. It'll be interesting to see which provides the fastest line. Because don't get me wrong, that bottom line is fast. But at the same time, the middle does carry momentum. So it'll be interesting to see who takes that risk of running the middle line and who just sticks on the bottom. Me personally, I would stick on the bottom, but it really comes down to what you're comfortable with.
Well, Gary Sachs qualifying right now. He'll knock those laps out real quick, and then maybe we can talk to him. And I know the fans. Well, he just crashed, so he's probably needs to get another lap in. But we'll try to get a hold of him because he's got his camera on tonight, and I'd love to talk to him after he actually finishes the lap.
Well, we got Brandon Hughes up here in the booth with us again tonight. How you doing tonight, Brandon?
Living the dream, man. I'm trying to get back home.
Oh, okay, I hear you.
Oh, you're not even home? You're doing this on the mobile phone?
Yeah, I'm
phone.
on mobile right now.
Man, what kind of technology we got over here? He's in a car on the phone with us, and we're broadcasting. I think that's kind of cool.
Heck yeah. I
It's a
don't know
new age.
what's going on.
Well, we got qualifying going on right now, and as these guys finish up putting their lap times in, we're going to pull a couple of drivers up and talk to them before the race.
All right. Well, I should be back home in about like 10 minutes, if not sooner. So.
All right.
Now that is what I call some dedication.
I'm telling you, don't hurt yourself on the way home. Buckle up, get home, and then we'll see you here in a minute.
I believe Gary finished his lap, so how about we go ahead and bring him in?
Well, he just spun and hit the wall, but we can. I don't think he'd mind talking to us. Gary likes to talk. Let's bring him on up.
5TMJ, all right. On the way. Well, if I can figure out how to scroll up, I don't know how to do
Well,
this.
let me. I have a computer too. If I can find him.
Here,
Let me finish. Let him finish this lap here because I think this is his only lap he can actually be counted for, and it looks like he's finishing it. I will bring him up. If I can find there, I'm telling you, that's a lot going on here.
There he is. Hey, Gary Sackett, the guys up in the booth. You got us?
Yep, I gotcha.
What are you expecting tonight, buddy? So you had a little bit of practice or a little bit of trouble during qualifying there. Is you got that thing ironed out?
During qualifying, what I was doing was I invalidated my lap times because I don't want to qualify, but I'm using qualifying as extra practice.
Oh, there you go.
So that's why I haven't turned a lap yet.
Gary, I think that's called scamming the system, Gary.
No, it's not. That's sacrificing your starting position for a little bit of extra practice.
I like the attitude. I like it. Gary, what are you seeing out there on the track? What are you expecting tonight with these Cup guys?
If it goes anything how last night was, I feel like there's probably gonna be a lot of cautions. My plan right now, I'm just trying to stay towards the back at the start and keep it more consistent and clean. That way I can try to be there at the end.
Yeah, no fast repairs for that Ford Mustang tonight, so take care of that booger and good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Alrighty, how about we talk to the league owner, Taver, and see what he's got to say about tonight's race.
All right, man, that works for me. I'm trying to hit these buttons, but I'm too slow and old to figure all that out. There's Taver.
Hey, Taver's guys in the booth. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Sorry, I didn't mean to surprise you there, but we're trying to knock out a couple interviews, and we figured we'd catch you before we got this thing started.
You're good.
All right. Well, what do you see out there tonight? Or what is your plan to qualify for one? Are you trying to rip some laps? You want to stay in the back, or how do you want to attack this race?
I don't know. This is gonna be. I think it's gonna be a long race. It's gonna be 200 laps. Split stages being at lap 25. I know I'm not going to be pushing for that first stage. I'm gonna try and keep my car clean as possible. The stages mean absolutely nothing if you're 24th at the end of the race. But I don't really have too much of a plan right now. I'm just gonna, roll my dice and let it ride.
Well, we'll tell you the same thing we told Gary. No fast repairs, so try to keep that thing clean on the short track tonight.
Yes, sir.
All right, good luck, brother.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
All right, man. You want to do a little grid in action here?
Yep.
Alrighty. I'll be damned. Go ahead.
All right. Sitting on the pole. Let's see. Let me reorder everything here. Justin Malarkey in the 73 will be your pole starter today. Joe Nidick will be on the outside in the 24. Anthony Fry in the 6 machine will be starting in 3rd. The 10 of Matt Forns will start in 4th place. Justin Barkley in the 9 will start in 5th. Derek Schimmel, the angry idiot, he'll be a 90. He'll be starting in 6th in that 96 machine. Well, he's not an angry idiot anymore, technically. He's a super serial racing.
Does that just mean he's an idiot or just
Well, he's still angry, I'm sure.
Oh, the angry part. I got it. Sorry.
The 5 machine, the Taver Mowry Latte Motorsports will be starting in 7th. 70 of Stephen McComas starting in 8th. Jason Ricketts in the 1 will be starting in 9th. Your 10th place driver rounding out that top 10, Andrew Kobe in the 11.
29, Matthew Gusty in 11th. 42, Angel Hernandez. We know he's going to be up front at some point. 12th. 48, William Brown. I don't think we saw him last week. He's going to be up there too. Watch him. 13th, Michael Buckley. 14th. 110, or Richard Michelob Gray. He's in 15th. That's a nice surprise. Yeah, 28 of Gary Sargent, 16th. 45 of Al Corey, 25th. The number 60, Alan Kewins in that Batman machine. There. I'm getting scrambled on my end, so if it's wrong, it's wrong, right?
Where'd you leave off?
I'm at Mike Simone,
Kewins?
Red Stick Mike, 27. Yeah.
I've got him starting in last.
Well, see.
Anyway,
that's
we're side
the
by
beauty of
side. Here we
computers.
go. We're about to take the
Yeah, we got another
flag.
lap.
Oh, we got one more lap. Okay, so we had Alan Kewins the 17th, Mike Pimpare in 18th, Greg Klein 19th, and 20th be Connor Darnell in the 97. The Italian Stallion from Arkansas, Eric Fiorello in the 25 will be starting in 21st. Mike Hornback in 22nd, Joe Archer 23rd, Gary Sack in the 89 will start 24th, Al Corey 25th, and Red Stick Mike Simone will bring up the rear.
See, it just had mine a little scrambled, but thanks for fixing that. And as that pace car dives down, that's going to be a tricky pit entrance. We'll find out later tonight.
As
Here we
they
go.
take
Green
the
flag is out. Go ahead, sir.
taking the green flag, let's see how they handle the bottom, especially on cold tires.
Yep, it's definitely going to take a few laps to get those tires pressured up. Seeing some moves right now. Taver Mowry in the 5's passing a couple of cars. He's got that number 5 machine inside of Barkley in the 9. I know it's a little bit farther back in the field, but hey, this is where the racing action's happening right now.
There's some racing going on back here. A 26 and a 29, Matthew Gusty. I know he's got some, Matty G has some fans out there kind of battling it out here with the 26. But do they have enough patience to just kind of let this thing play itself out for the first few laps?
My answer is probably going to be no. I mean, we saw Taver. He said he was going to try and be patient, not go for the stage wins if it's not there. But you can see that he's trying to make moves already, trying to get up there. I think these guys are going to try and make moves because I believe it's a little difficult to pass on the bottom once these tires kick in just because of those bumps. So I think the move might be the midline on the long run. As you see the 48 get a little loose right there.
Justin Malarkey's wasting no time. He's trying to pass the 24 of Joe Nidick on the outside, trying to make it stick, like you said, on that middle line. Trying to make something happen with the 24. Not quite enough to make it work. There. Looks like
the 70 of Stephen McComas just got turned, and there's your patience. It's over, isn't it?
Well, I think what happened, and I saw it coming out of the corner, I believe he got loose coming out of the exit.
Oh, so it was on him, huh?
Yep, he got loose. He got loose, and then the guy behind him just sadly had nowhere to go and kind of finished the job.
Yeah, there was nowhere to go for the Andrew Kolb and the number 11 Exalta machine. So, hey, that happens, but it's still aggressiveness, right? It's still a little bit of patience. McComas was probably a little too hot on that throttle, I would guess, coming out there. It kind of reminds me of North Wilkesboro coming out of 4.
Well, over there on the Twitch feed, you got the 53 car. That's his name. Pulling for Gary Sargent in the 28. Angry Indian, thank you for joining us as well. And over on the YouTube, that's where it's going down. Jonathan Nance says Gary Sack's got that resting smile face. And Thomas S saying, and you got to wait for the giggle because, as we know, old Gary Sack, man, he's one good guy. He's probably the happiest human being I ever knew in my life. And then let's see who else we got. Rachel Delport saying, "Go Steve McCombs."
Well, McComas just had an issue, Rachel. But so can we call Gary the Giggler? Maybe that's his new name.
Giggling Gary?
Yeah,
Ah.
Gary the Giggler. I don't know. I'm just trying to bounce things off y'all.
Now, you all did mention how Steven did get, there was an incident between him and the 11 and damage. With this being a short track, damage, don't get me wrong, it will play a factor on tires. The handling will make it tighter and tighter, causing you to burn up that right front more and more compared to people with no damage. But if you maintain power or even down about, I'd say 10, 15 RPMs, you can still hang with this main pack. I've seen it done before where a person's damaged, missing a front end, and they're still running with these guys as if they have a brand new car.
Yeah, I don't know what Adam thinks about it, but I don't think aero is very important here at all. As long as it's not a suspension issue, or like you said, Francisco, an engine issue, you really, really want to take care of the front end, especially because that's where your engine issues are going to come from.
What I think at a track like this, it's all skill here. You really can't work with your teammates, right? It's too short. There's not drafting deals going on. It's pretty much the skill of you and versus the track. And I know racing myself that I would probably be getting passed by the pace car at this point. But it is definitely kind of a technical track. You kind of have to know your car, know your limitations, your equipment, because everybody has different equipment, right? And I think that's the cool part about this short track stuff. You kind of see the cream rise to the top in most occasions at a track like this.
Yep.
We'll take one more lap around here as Steve McComas does get the wave around.
It'll be interesting to see because they do have the stage 1 at lap 25, if I'm not mistaken, was said. So with there only being 14 laps, it'll be interesting to see how hard they push it.
Well, I think they're going to push it.
Here we go. Green flag's back out. Everybody's getting back up to speed except for the 10. He must have missed a gear or something. The 10 car of Matt Fornes just didn't go. It looked like the 6 car and the 42 had to take evasive maneuvers there to get around him.
Yeah, and he
Was
mentioned
that the
on
radio chatter?
Yeah, radio chatter. He mentioned he couldn't get it into gear. Hey,
Hey.
no harm, no foul, though.
Might be something we want to talk to him about here later on. He's one of those guys out here that runs a H-pattern shifter.
Yeah, and he's got a webcam so we can see him make his mistake.
I will say, considering the fact that it's a short track, and at these tracks you have to consider the people in front of you when it comes to braking, they're doing a really good job of keeping it clean while racing hard. I gotta give it to them. Not afraid to make moves.
Do you think some of that's because there's 0 fast repairs and these guys obviously know that?
Oh yeah. Now, granted, I've seen people run, and even if they didn't have a fast repair, they would still send it, bumping and everything. But these guys, they show a lot of respect to one another, want to keep it clean, have some amazing racing. As I believe on my end, it was Gary Sack.
Was it? McComas is running slow. Yeah, it started with somebody behind McComas.
Ooh. 56.
Joe Archer.
Let's go ahead and rewind and take a look at that.
Okay, so it was in front of McComas. The 11 and the 56 got into each other somehow, and Macombas kind of got collected in that.
Let's see here. Oh, 56
Joe got
just loose, and once again, 11 finished the job.
And then 70 just kind of got sideswiped. Poor McComas had nothing to do with that. Just got kind of involved in it. But 56 was Joe Archer was he just kind of had a little issue, it looked like.
Yeah, back end just came around trying to put power back down, I think. And Gary Sack in the 89 Ford Mustang, he's going to be your first vehicle out there that's going to lose a hood and a whole front clip.
Oh, wonderful. Man. Oh, Richard Gray is a lucky dog. He's going to get a lap back, apparently. So he'll be back on the lead lap.
Thank you to our buddy Albert Anderson for joining us tonight over on the MDOT TV Facebook page. He says, "Hello, gentlemen. Looking forward to a great race tonight."
Oh,
That's damn good to have you, Albert.
Yeah, America's Driver. You don't know about him, you need to check him out.
He's a legend.
He does some pretty cool stuff. And podcast, he's got a little podcast. If you want Vigilante Report on SoundCloud, I'll just go ahead and pump that up for him.
Speaking of podcasts, next week y'all are in for a treat. We're gonna have MDOT TVs or MDOT Midwest Days of Thunder is gonna have their own league podcast. They're still kind of working out the details of who's gonna head that up, but there's some personalities in this league, Francisco, and I know there's a couple guys we know that would probably be pretty good at it.
Oh, for sure. I mean, there's never a dull moment in the races, in the booth, no matter where you're at. It's always fun to be a part of it.
And a Discord.
Very true.
Kind of crazy, but at some point, I don't know when, because this is such a short track, but we'll talk to one of these guys. Maybe when Brandon gets in here, or he's in here, isn't he? And he could pull people up anyway. And
I can help you do that until he's available.
All right. Do we want to talk to anybody real quickly?
Talk to Matt Fornes about his missed shift.
Okay, let's do it. You got him?
All right, stand by. Scroll down here. Gotta find him.
Yeah, I know there's so much going on in this particular league, Midwest Days of Thunder.
So much Discord.
So much Discord. By the time you find him, we'll probably be going green. That's the issue.
You might be right.
Let's save him for. Oh, Matt, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy.
What happened there? You missed that shift or what?
Oh, I put my shifter in third gear and that sumbitch didn't go.
Well, you're gonna have to figure it out real quick. We don't want to keep you too long. Go ahead, English.
Yeah, man. Good luck rest of the race. Try not to do that again.
I'm gonna try not to. That one hurt me pretty bad.
All right, brother. All right. Good luck.
All right, y'all have a good one.
You too.
All right.
Because they take the green flag.
Yeah, they did. Right. Well, see, that's the deal with short track races.
Tight.
Yeah, we didn't have much time to talk to him, but that was fun.
You got Joe Nidek leading things still with Justin Malarkey lurking right behind him there. And look who it is, Angel Hernandez in the 42. Made his way up from, where did he start? 12th place? That Credit One machine, but he's up there in third now.
Damn.
Now, what I'm seeing here, and it's actually pretty smart, is the 24 gets a really good jump off the start, leads, and then you see the 73 kind of reel him in. If you notice, now he's going to try and make a move on the inside. But before, what he would do is run just, his right side tires would be just slightly higher than the 24s. He would slow the car down and then cut it down to that yellow line to get the momentum off the corner, to get the exit to be straight as possible. And you see how he was catching him and getting a position.
All right, is that the comp caution here, 25?
Yes, sir.
Oh, man.
That is your stage one finish.
So Joe got the stage one win?
Yes, sir.
That's some points. And now points count in this league, don't they? I mean, every point matters here because you're going for the chase.
Joe Nidick, Justin Malarkey in second, Angel Hernandez third, Matt Forns in fourth, Tabor Mowry in fifth, Gary Sargent picks up the sixth, Anthony Fry in seventh, Mike Pimpera in eighth, Michael Buckley picks up ninth place points, and Mike Hornbeck is your last point winner for the stage, finishing in 10th.
Looks like pretty much everyone's down on pit road. Steve McComas is not pitting. Looks like he's going to go around. Same with Justin Barkley because he pitted on lap 19, so they'll kind of get back in the fray, tighten this thing back up. I don't know what your thoughts are right now, Francisco. You're probably you're the driver out of us three. So what do you think about the race so far, and what would you do if you were out on the track?
Well, like I said, it's been pretty clean racing amongst the drivers. It's been very respectable. Most of the cautions that we've seen has been people that have gone loose and, unfortunately get collected one other driver, which is expected at this track with the way the bumps are. Now, as you saw, there was a lot of drivers that took 4 tires and stuff like that. Me personally, like I said, I would run that midline, cut it down to the bottom yellow line. And when you're trying to make a pass, it's going to be difficult to make it on the inside. You have to get one strong run, get to their inside, and try to get at least a fender in front of them and kind of dive it in and perform a slide job. So it's going to be difficult, but it is possible. It's just a matter of patience and setting them up for the perfect corner.
Well, let me ask you this, Francisco. As a leader of the race, and you've got somebody aggressive behind you, like the 73, how much looking in your rearview mirror are you doing, trying to take his line away, or listening to your spotter, if you're the 73, trying to, go where he isn't, basically?
So with that, here's the interesting thing. I wouldn't be looking to take their line. What I would be looking to do is give them the only lane that they could possibly try and make a pass would be the inside. And the reason I say that is you have more control being on the outside of this track. So I would let them get to my inside, pinch them down, because they would have to check up. If not, both of y'all are going to wreck. So I would give them the inside, keep that momentum on the high side, and you'd be able to hold them off. Now, granted, if you have a really good driver on the inside, they could make that pass work. But me personally, that's what I would do. Keep an eye on the rear view, see when they're going to try and make a move, give them the inside, and just get the runs off the corner.
Yeah, Thomas S. is saying Angels on the move on YouTube. Thanks for joining us. And Adam Strom, our buddy from up here in Minnesota, says Ford's got that Wyatt Earp mustache. Yeah, we give him a little junk about it.
He's a wild one.
We're just jealous,
Yeah, we did earlier, man. But welcome to the party, pal. Thanks for getting back here with us, Brandon. It looks like we're about to take this one off into the second stage.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that jump by McComas on the outside. He's not wasting any time. He's got a teammate right behind him now in the 73. Let's see what they can do. If they can work together at all.
Well, what's going to be interesting is he didn't pit that last time around. Remember, he was involved in that first wreck, so he pit lap 7. So it'll be as we see a wreck in the back, but it'll be interesting to see how his tires hold up against these fresh ones and use it for future reference.
Was that cold tire situation?
Let's go ahead and take a look.
Gary Sargent's actually claiming responsibility over the radio.
Ownership, you love to see it.
Oh, you have to. I mean, you got to man up when you mess up, right? I used to have
that's the best way of doing it, with the least best way of doing it without making enemies.
Yeah, I used to have a boss that said, "You lie, you die." Of course, I think everybody. I think everybody wanted to kill him, but that's a whole nother issue. What happened to Red Stick Mike Simone? He's not out there with us anymore.
So on that wreck, it seemed like the 28 kind of sent it in there and the 6 was in front of him. So he checked up, and like I said, the brake and throttle on these cars are so delicate that if you change it up in the corner, you're going to lose control. And it seemed that was just it. He was trying to keep it off the guy in front, lost it, and like usual, the person behind you will usually finish the job.
Well, the 70 and the 9, neither of which pitted with everybody else, they're still in front here. They're still 1 and 2, and they will be when they restart, unless they come in for tires, which I don't believe they will. Let's see what they decide to do here. They're both staying out, it looks like. So they're going to stick with their
Yeah, might as well stick with
strategy here.
your plan. We only went about a lap in on this stage. This stage will be roughly what, 70 laps, 75 laps, and then we'll have
65,
yeah, and then
Now-
we'll have the next stage at 100.
What I did notice in that very short run was, I don't know if it was his damage on the 70 or just the fact that he has about 12 older lap tires than the people behind him. The 9 was getting ready to set him up for a pass. Now, Justin did pit lap 19, so you could say that he's kind of even with the guys behind him. This might be a really good opportunity for Justin to try and make a pass on him, and kind of hold on to the lead. And, of course, get information for the later runs to see if it's worth staying out.
Well, one
Yeah.
guy that's really been on the move tonight, too, Adam, is the 84 Mike Hornbeck. He's up 15 spots right now, sitting in 7th. Pretty impressive.
Yeah, that's not bad for old Mike Hornbeck. He's someone we don't always talk about, Mike, but he seems to always be kind of in the mix, you know. I think looks like he's having a good night tonight. He must like this short track stuff.
Guy. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I don't know. They're gonna do another lap, like a parade lap here at Nashville Fairgrounds, which it seems like a very difficult track to me, but I'm not out there, so it's much easier to watch. Let's put it that way on my end.
Well, the corners seem a lot tighter than, the short track I went to as a kid was a little bit more egg-shaped or oval-shaped. This one's, the straightaways make up a lot of the distance here. And it's like a scuba mask, kind of. It's pretty tight corners as these guys get lined up, getting ready, tightening up. Green flag's out again. Here we go. Lap 38 starting out. 70 looked like he broke his wheels loose.
24 made it through wide.
24 came around him.
Look at all that, man. Just like he called it, Barkley's tires must be doing him well right here.
70, not so much. It looks like he may have had a little wheel spin, or he may have had a little getting into gear problems. We've already seen that tonight out of the 10.
His car's beat up a little bit too. I don't know if that's got some issues underneath the hood.
Now, up here in front, if you take a look, the 9's kind of doing what I said would be the kind of wise thing to do, is taking that high line, getting the momentum off. The 24 is trying to get around him, but it's going to take some patience and set him up for one of these corners.
Hey, you might want to take a look at the number 5. He's being super aggressive. Like, for some reason, he decided this season Tabor Mowry was just going to be Mr. Aggressive, and he's really kind of putting some into it here as he's trying to get around Stephen McComas.
24 a little bit loose there, but it makes it work for him on the exit. But he had to lift again, as he's just a little bit quicker than the 9 off, but can't really capitalize on it.
You got a fight and claw here at these smaller tracks, and that's where the personal strategy kind of plays into effect, you know? You can't really count on your team. It's all you. You know, look at Mike Pimpere. Look at that cool American paint theme that he's passing old foreigns right now. Same with Greg Klein. Got a little loose there in the 92 car.
Yellow's
Another
out
caution.
again.
Another one.
Right as
Ooh.
the 73 passed the 24, so he'll take over second. What do we have out there, guys?
We got someone stuck in the wall. It is Michael Buckley in the 26. Let's go ahead and take a look at what happened.
Ooh, the Jim Beam machine don't look good.
Did he have too much Jim Beam, or was it just kind of not
I
good?
had a little bit too much contact with the 96.
Uh-oh.
Let's see. I don't know if they touched.
I think what happened is on the exit he started to get slightly loose, and then the 96 mile just gave him a little bump to finish it. Seems like what
Nothing
happened.
intentional.
What's
Alright,
unfortunate is he's stuck in the wall.
Yeah, he
Super-
had a toe.
Super serial racing machine. Derek Schimmel got him. Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
that'll
in
start it.
Derek's defense, there really wasn't anything he could do there. If you have a loose car in front of you and it snaps back straight, I mean,
No,
it'd be
that's-
hard, being that close to him, it'd be hard for Derek to judge
Let's start some fights.
how much he'd have to check up. So
I would rather have. Thank you, Brandon. Let's have a fight.
Fight Club.
I think
well,
you're
the
right.
first rule about
Unfortunately.
it is that
We don't talk about it.
You know the rest. Yeah.
What do y'all
Yeah,
say?
Get it going though. We're allowed to talk about it to promote it.
Yeah.
What do y'all say? We talk to our leader, Justin Barkley.
Yeah, let's do it,
Come
man. Put
on.
him on there.
I'll go down and see where he's at.
Grab him up, buddy.
Could be a north-south. I think he's a north-south guy.
North-south guy.
Could be wrong. They move around. They get traded, and
Yeah, he's
Barkley.
north-south.
North-south.
No, don't see him.
I
No,
don't
he's
see him.
super serial now. He's super serial.
oh, super serial racing.
Oh,
That's right.
He's super.
He got traded.
Super duper serial.
Yeah, so that's the thing about this. You can get kind of traded from teams, or it's almost like real NASCAR with the Midwest Days of Thunder guys.
Yeah, 100%.
And it looks like we got him.
Hey, Justin, it's the guys up in the booth. You got us?
I got you.
Hey, man, how are them tires holding up? You're making it work so far. You're catching a lot of cautions and leading a lot of laps.
Yeah, I pitted. I went to the back, held out, and I pitted right before the stage break, and I had new tires, so I just stayed out. They're not too bad yet.
Well, hell, it's working for you. You're getting a lot of slow laps on these tires right now, and only a couple of little heat cycles in them. So,
And
Hey,
looks
it's working out for you.
Old Malarkey's back there saving gas.
yeah, you better watch out for me. Just come around, Joe, right there, just as the caution happened.
Well, what's the thought process, real quick, in super serial racing? I mean, how angry is Derek right now? Is he angry, medium
happy.
angry?
No, he's
He's
good.
happy.
Yeah,
Okay,
he's
good. All right, well, y'all work together and try to get some people up in the podium, dude.
All right, fellas, take care.
All right, you too.
Ah, that was fun to talk to him. You got to be quick now. There's the short track.
Short
It's not like
track's hard, man.
Daytona where we have 5 minutes to talk to someone. So good
Green
job
flag
there,
out.
moving them around.
Barkley's back on the gas, but Malarkey is a little bit better on the gas on a little bit better tires as well. It's Malarkey not quite clear. He'll probably clear him right here going in the turn, and it looks like he will. The 42 of Angel Hernandez kind of creeping up on the back of the 9 as well. Let's see if he goes low to follow the 24. Not so far as Pimpere's kind of closing the door. Oh, Joe Neidick a little bit loose there. Running
He's-
inside of the 9.
He's trying to send it in there because he knows the only way he's gonna make that pass on the inside, but it's so difficult pass. So he's really trying to put it. We see the 21 go around and smack the wall and come back across the field.
Yells out.
Oh,
Mike
Matty
Solo.
G caught up in that one.
Red Stick
Oh,
Mike
man.
got him too at the tail end of it.
And
Couldn't
Connor
find
Darnell
out.
in the 97.
I'll be damned.
I want to go.
Wow.
I want to see from his in-car point of view, see what exactly happened. I know he got loose.
Yeah, there ain't no doubt about that, but he collected quite a few on that one. That one right there is gonna hurt.
Oh, he just kept getting hit too.
I think-
feeling right there.
I think what ends up happening also is right when if you see him get loose, I was in the cockpit view, you saw where he kind of gassed to try and save it. Right when he gassed it, it allowed it to hit head on and just sent him right back up. As you see, oh my gosh, everybody just piled in.
Yeah, the 27 Red Stick Mike Simone, I thought he had gotten disconnected, and now his Ukrainian car is kind of in the pits for the moment.
Yeah, me and the wife talking tonight about we cooked supper and didn't turn out very good. And, got to talking to each other and we said, well, we're doing a heck of a lot better than a lot of other people in the world right now. A lot of those folks are in Ukraine. A lot of folks don't have anything to cook or anything to eat tonight. So keep folks around the world, not just in Ukraine, but all over the
everywhere,
place.
man.
There's a lot of people
wish the best for
don't-
all these people that are suffering, right?
Yeah, they don't have it too good right now.
We're lucky. We're blessed, and we're getting to do something fun. Everybody's hopefully enjoying it. Hopefully, I think we're going to have a fan of the race here, too. So y'all keep commenting, posting, talking about how y'all are enjoying the broadcast and these guys on the track. It's all about the racers, not particularly about us. It's about what's going on the track.
And it's about our sponsor, Greenville Humane Society sponsors tonight's race, the Mutt Strut 200. There's too many animals that end up at the Humane Society and don't get adopted, and a lot of them are destroyed. So, really, really great deal. Please raise money for Humane Society if you can, and donate what you can, and try to help save some of these animals from destruction, because it's not fair to them. I tell people all the time, we don't deserve dogs.
No,
people
man.
feel the same way about cats and stuff too.
I picked one of them. I picked one of those dogs up. He's dumber than Dallas, but he's so sweet. The boy is so sweet.
Yeah.
So yeah, help them out at least by adopting one of them, because they need
save
it.
an animal's life, man.
Yeah, dogs are the best.
Well, Francisco, you about ready to fire this thing back up? We got a lot of racing left to do here.
Oh yeah, a lot of racing, a lot of action, and I really want to get some, in cockpit driving of some of these drivers. But every time we get ready to do it, there's a little incident that occurs, and like I said, it's mostly a lot of people that just get loose that causes the cautions. Now that last one was a big wreck that sadly a lot of drivers got involved, but it's really not where people getting into one another. It's more just self-control that's the issue at this moment.
Well, Derek Schimmel in that 96 about 2 minutes ago said, well, I can't say all of it because I might get kicked off the broadcast. But basically, he says you guys need to learn how to use your brakes with a middle finger emoji.
Oh.
He's not happy.
Angry.
He's very angry.
Not surprised.
We are now under green, and Malarkey had one heck of a restart. And within a lap, him and Angel Hernandez got 10 car lengths on everybody.
Yahtzee.
Now, back here in the pack, there was some action. I saw Taver get into the wall. Then I heard some tire screeching, and I believe he got put into the wall a little bit more. As you see, the 25 hit the wall and get loose.
25 just murdered that wall.
Eric Fiorello.
Now,
if
have
a little help going around there, he's now missing a hood, it looks like. Or a front end or something.
If I'm not mistaken, this is going to be another one of those self-driver spins. He got on the apron. Got on the apron, and it just took him to the wall.
Well, that could have been worse. We've seen guys lose it from the outside line, and then by the time they hit that inside wall, they're going a lot faster. So that might be his little saving grace there, why he doesn't have more damage than he does.
Now, while we're under caution, I say we go a little side-by-side action. Look at inside their cockpits to see how their front end looks from their point of view. Because you could tell how bad the damage is based on the crinkle of the hood and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and take a look at Eric's cockpit view and see how bad it really is. Because to me, it's not a... I mean, from this point of view, it looks... The front end looks pretty good. I mean, it looks like it's just maybe pushed in. Or at least on my end, that's what it looked like.
Yeah, it's not blocking the driver's view at all. Eric can see fine. The problem is, let's go to rear chase. Take a look at it from there. Yeah, it's pretty dinged up. Hopefully, he doesn't have any cooling issues. I think that's what he's probably worried about the most.
The biggest thing is the RPMs. If the RPMs are good, I mean, it's going to get tight, but it should be manageable. The other person I want to take a look at was Taver, because, like I said, he got into some contact.
Yeah, Taver Maurer in the 5. The rear end of that car is all jacked up.
Man, what had happened?
He got put into the wall, not once, but I think twice. As I believe his camera went out.
His right front's got some pretty heavy damage on it.
Let's go ahead on over to... Let's see, where's our buddy?
Who we trying to pull
Gary.
up?
Oh, we're just taking a look at their vehicles to see. Got Gary Sack running without anything in the front.
He's not having any cooling problems, is he?
Put some tape on it.
That thing's running like a mainspring morning right now.
He's still on the lead lap too, so he's managing that damage while staying on the lead lap, and he's still up 9 spots.
Well, that's
I
kind of
think
amazing.
I think he's just really hoping on people to wreck and just continue to just climb up that ladder and just at the end just maybe pull out a good spot like some of the guys in ARCA did on Tuesday here.
He's making some points for sure if he can pass some cars.
Now, as they're about to go green, let's go ahead and focus back on our leaders. As we see Angel in second, he's up 10 spots. So is William Brown, and Richard Gray up 11. So we got some movers early on.
Yeah, I'm about to do it. Oh, here we go. We're going to go green, right?
Yep. Oh, 110.
There's a wreck.
Oh, I cursed him. Oh, I think that's a huge wreck.
Looks like a parking lot.
What happened?
I think you cursed him.
Let's go ahead and go to Chopper Cam and get a good view. We see the 48 kind of spin tires. I think the same thing happened with the 110. Rewind it just slightly more and get a good view. Yep, he gassed it too hard, and I mean, everybody just...
So basically, you just ruined the 110's day. Richard Michelob Gray. That wasn't pretty. Let's just put it that way.
That made some junk out of a lot of good race cars.
Yeah, but now everybody's pretty much going to be on a level playing field except those guys in the front. Everybody's car's going to be trash.
I will say this. I mean, that happens to the best of us. I had that happen. I was racing at Darlington in these exact same cars at the very start of the race. Lap 1 coming to the green flag. I gassed it and it went straight right, took out the whole field. So I know the feeling.
Yeah, that's definitely probably not a good feeling. More embarrassed than anything and upset because you really don't want to hurt guys by making a mistake like that. So
very true.
Go ahead.
What made it worse was I ended up winning that race. So I felt even worse. I took out all the drivers. I'm like, I feel so bad. And I'm pretty sure he feels the exact same way.
Well, so Joe Archer ended up being finished with this race after incident he got involved in. He's still joining us on YouTube. He says, let's go TMJ. He saw that big wreck that happened. And Adam Strom says, cold beer, racing, and great commentary doesn't get much better. And Joe Archer said, yes, on the cold beer. I said, I got one right now since he's not racing anymore. He's a spectator.
There's a few guys that are going to be spectating, unfortunately. Michael Pempere looks like one of them.
Short track problems.
Yeah, and you can't get too upset. I know Brandon and I want to have helmets thrown at each other right here, but I don't know. He really kind of chalk it up to what it is. I mean, it's one of those things. But I wanted to get the GoFundMe going for Richard Gray to have a a webcam so we could put him on and watch
He
him race.
doesn't know what a GoFundMe or a webcam is, bro.
I know, that's the whole point. Somebody
Y'all
have to
got one
set
of
it
them
up.
fancy movie tape cameras in here looking at me.
He could set up his VCR. He could record the whole thing.
Yeah.
So I have a question. If I'm not mistaken, the second stage ends at lap 75. Will this be considered
100. 100.
at 100? Oh, okay.
Yes, sir.
My apologies on that. I was about to say because I'm like,
No, you're
if
good.
we're getting there, I'm like, I wonder if they're gonna consider this. But lap 100. Alrighty.
Yeah, so we'll have a 100 lap shootout. Believe it or not, we're not even halfway through this. I think it'll straighten itself out because these guys are probably tired of fixing the sheet metal.
Here we go. They're coming out of 4. Pace cars down. Green flag's out. Here we go. The 73 and the 42 are leading it off. The 48 of Brown and the 6 of Fry in behind. Here we go. We're already single file with the 73 making a huge leap out front. He's already got 8
There's
car
a
lengths
wreck.
on the 42. And the caution's out again.
The 92 helped spin someone around.
Oh, mercy.
He got a shove from the 25. The 24 came up a little bit. He was 3 wide middle and then collected the 26, which
Well, the
collected
90
Gary Sack.
The 92 and the 25 are teammates, so
You're killing
Oh.
teammates out here. That's how bad it is. We don't even care anymore. We just kill everyone.
Well, it
Oh,
seemed
the
the
26.
24, the 26,
see.
and the 92 were 3 wide in the corner, and obviously, like I said, the bumps on the inside. There was just no room for the 92, and as a result, he got into the 26, which caused that big wreck. As for the people behind him, I mean, they just kind of piled in. Oh, Gary got collected up in that too.
well,
He'll be fine.
there's a point at which the 92 could have just lifted just a little bit and rejoined one of those lines, but man, Adam, man, you've raced with Greg for a long time. If he got a shove and he ended up in the middle, he's not going to give that up. He's one of the most competitive people I've ever met in my life.
I
He's just
see
gonna
what
go
you-
ahead and send it.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, he could have lifted a little bit, and he probably could have
Yeah.
got back in. I don't want to blame Greg and the
No, absolutely not.
92 Fat Boys. Eric Fiorello, the Italian stallion from Arkansas, smashed him, took off the whole back panel of that Camry.
Yeah.
And then he just said, well, I'll just sit here 3 wide with you boys. And yeah, that was, I think, hindsight's 2020, but he probably should have lifted a little bit and kicked it on down the road. But oh well.
What do y'all say we talk to a driver now? I don't know if he's on the list, but let's go ahead and see
Yeah, I've got the list. Let me know who it
I
is.
don't
90
care about the list. Bring him up.
the 97 of Connor Darnell.
He's not, but I think this list may be before his time. So go ahead
Yeah,
and pull
bring.
it up anyway.
Yeah, pull him up.
It's better to ask forgiveness than permission.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, he has a camera, so we get to see.
Hell yeah.
I'd like to see the reaction. You know? We can find him. Got him, Brandon? Man, so many technical things.
I don't know if Brandon's here.
Oh, well then that
I
would
just got
go.
back.
Oh, there he is.
I'm
Hey,
sorry,
man.
my dog was going crazy.
Look,
Oh,
I
you're
hate
good to go,
that.
man. Pull up Connor Darnell out of FU Racing if you would.
F you, I gotcha. Yes, sir.
What'd you say to me? I'm just kidding. They got an interesting team name.
Yeah, we're gonna make it quick and short here. I'll let y'all chat with him because we're about to
Yeah,
one lap to
We're
go.
already one to go.
And he's in the booth.
Hey, Connor. It's guys up in the booth. You got us?
Yeah, how's it going?
Hey, not bad, man. That Connor Darnell Designs car is having some issues tonight. Talk about the racing tonight that you've seen.
Yeah, it's actually really nice whenever we get some green flag runs. Like we've taken some hits in here and there, but somehow still up here in the top 10. And we gonna just up here tonight.
Well, short track means y'all about to go back green, so good luck, man.
Yeah.
So much stuff happening out on the track.
All right, I shotgun back to his channel. 73 on the restart. Way out in front once again. 42 and the 48. Brown's really creeping up, man. He's been creeping up all night. He's been the top 5 here the past couple, 3-4 restarts. He's saving his time, I think, here. He knows that we got another caution or another stage break at lap 100.
I'm going to ask you this. If you don't have at least one piece of sheet metal ruined, then I think we need to check your car for some kind of cheating system, because
reinforced bumpers.
Yeah, these things are beat to hell, man. But they're still out there running, so that's the fun part.
Seemed like the 48 got a little loose coming out of that exit, but able to keep it straight. But it's honestly, there's a good amount of people still on the lead lap. We got 12 drivers. It'll be interesting to see how this damage affects them in the long run. I know damage plays a huge factor in how your tires will handle, how they kind of rock with one another in the way you're underneath someone. It makes it a lot more difficult to complete these passes. You're more likely to drift up into a person just because of how tight they get. So it'd be interesting to see how some of these guys kind of proceed with the race, either with caution or if they're just gonna full send it.
Well, Derek Schimler had time enough to type to us on Facebook. He said, "Look at old Connor, man." We love this new feature of being able to see people on camera.
Well, we could have looked at him, but it looks like he's not here with us anymore.
Oh, what happened, Derek?
In the race. Oh, well, I think his car's destroyed. Honey Smack's machine is ruined. So, and this is the place where it's going to happen, right? I mean, this is
yeah, for sure.
It's tough racing. Separate the men from the boys. I would definitely be a boy in this situation. Oh, 92. Oh my God. The 25, the teammate, Eric Fiorillo of the 92, turns the 92. Are they
really?
Yes. And I don't know if it was just Greg wasn't going fast enough, or
he remembered what happened.
Or they're just in team fighting. They need to go to Brandon and I's wrestling match in the middle. I don't know what's really happening.
Let's see here.
He got climbed, that's for sure.
Greg got turned. I think one of those bumps, Francisco, you were talking about, kind of slowed Greg down, and I think Eric just was on him like white on rice, and
it was just like when the 96 couldn't check up.
Hey, you guys want to bring up the 92 and see if he's a little butthurt about that?
Ooh, well, ouch. Should we?
Have they pitted yet?
I think we should give him a cool down period first.
At this point,
gloves off.
Well, Brandon and I are on the same page. That's why we have 4 of us now. We got to have some voice of reason like Francisco. But these guys race together a lot. They're friends. I think that probably was a complete accident.
It looks like he's not pitting anyway, so we can go ahead and pull him up if y'all want to.
Yeah,
yep, he passed the pits.
Yeah.
It looked like he just hit the bump, kind of slowed down, and Eric wasn't prepared for him to slow down that much. And, I mean, like you said, there was nothing to do. The reaction was just...
I agree. That's what I saw, Francisco, and I think that's what happened. And maybe we'll get to find out here.
It's like Brandon's muted down there.
Yeah, they probably told him to go to hell.
Hey, Greg, it's the guys up in the booth. You got us?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, man, what happened right there? Was it kind of the case of, Eric couldn't check up in time? Did you hit a bump? What happened there?
I actually got on the apron a little bit, and of course that got me real loose, and Eric just didn't have enough reaction time to it, so he ended up taking me out.
We saw something earlier happen between the 96 and another truck, and yeah, that's bad news. Go ahead.
Well, no, I was just saying, y'all have kind of got into each other a little bit. I'm sure it's just by happenstance, but kind of sucks when both of y'all are in the same team and you're kind of just having a little bit of a bad day. But that's kind of everybody out here.
Is there any car out here with straight body panels?
Just
I said
malarkey, I think.
If they are, they're cheating. If they are, they're
Pretty
cheating
much.
because this is a door banger here, man. So
Yeah, it's really tough, and there just hadn't been not enough room to do much of anything if something happens. So it's just short track racing.
sweet. Well, good luck the rest of the race. We hope you angry idiots get it squared away. We still have a long way to go. Just hang in there.
Yeah, we'll do, man. Appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, that's kind of what we thought, right? I mean, Brandon and I are ready to put them in the mud pit in the middle and fight.
Let's think the kiddie pool full of mud.
Yeah, let's think about it first. I think we heard some wise comments there as they're going green.
Ooh, the 6 did not get a very good start.
Yeah, the 73 once again running away with it. The 42 and the 48 kind of trying to trade spots here. 48 looking low on the 42 now, but not able to make it work.
There's a battle going on back there with, I believe, the Connor, Joe, the 70, and the 9. How about we go side by side, since I know Joe has a camera. You can kind of get his cockpit point of view, see how it looks, and see how much he's turning the wheel and kind of the line he's running.
Yeah,
First,
110
caution's out.
Every time. It never fails, I'm telling you.
Man, Richard Gray, get a camera on him.
Yeah,
What in the hell?
Him and Matty G got together. It kind of looked like Matt came down a little bit on him.
Well, Matty G has a lot of fans. They may try to fight Richard Gray after this one. So,
well, it's another case of getting stuck in the wall. He's going to have to tow.
which one's towing?
Richard.
Oh Lord, I bet he's not happy.
Ooh.
Yeah, he'll drink
Let's
some
bring
cold
him
beer.
up.
Richard?
Heck yeah.
Oh man,
All right,
I'm
let's
not
do it.
opposed to it. I'm not.
Let's go find him.
Bring him
Friday
up. Yeah, I mean, let's
Hey, we
let's
can
do
go
it.
PG-13 tonight at
Yeah,
least.
if he's willing to do it, let's.
Where's he at?
He's a latte,
he should,
latte or crew chiefs.
well, I don't know where he'd be. Yeah.
I don't see him.
Yeah, there may be a reason for that.
He might have just left.
Oh, he's in the FU racing. I got him.
Did he change teams? Well, they're together?
Oh, yeah, they're
Oh.
teammates?
Oh, so this is kind of the same situation.
All right,
Teammates
well,
on
that
teammates.
happens.
Yeah, bring him on up. Who cares? At this point, I love these guys. Midwest Days of Thunder, man. Really cool series. This is a tough track, right? To tame with a,
He
7.
declined my offer to come.
He declined. He said, "No, screw you. I don't
Oh,
want to do it."
man.
He politely declined, though, so he
Was
nice
it-
about
Okay, he didn't say anything rude. Okay.
No, he didn't seem upset. There was no. They didn't seem mad at each other. I think they took it as it was a racing.
You're like, we send you down there. You're like the man on the street. You may get punched in the
fool.
Yeah, you may get
Yeah.
punched in the face, but at least you're going to come back and report. So
Yeah, it's fine.
I like
it's
that.
It's like the news people that get smoked by signs and hurricanes and stuff.
Yeah, you're that
The
guy.
front lines, yes.
Well, I'm pretty sure he don't lie. I think he's more of a super speedway guy anyway. So this is probably a tougher track for the 110 of Richard Gray. So
Angry Indian says lots of cautions tonight. Yep, that's what we're seeing. Hey, man, that's the nature of short track racing.
I don't
Thomas
mind
S. says Angel's just cruising right now. Yeah, he's cruising along, and he'll be starting third or restarting third here.
The worst part about this, is there is a lot of cautions, but as we've seen, a lot of these cautions are either come from just self spin, where they're just a little too much on the throttle, causes them to spin out, and the caution flies real easy at these short tracks, but because there's no room, like if you go to a mile and a half, there's that little area on the apron to get below,
Yeah, the
and the
runoff
caution.
area, yeah.
Yep. At this track, the only inside part is the wall, and you're still considered on the racing surface.
Yeah, you're stuck down there. That's a great point you make, man. Luckily we're gonna go green again. Hopefully we can run this thing to our competition caution at 100. Here we go.
How many cautions have there been so far?
I should have been putting up a tally.
Green flag's out, and the 84 made pretty good tracks behind the 73.
84.
Way side by side with the 48, and he does complete that pass on the outside. So 1, 2, 3 is the 73, the 84, and the 48 as they go right across the start-finish line again.
Ooh, the one blinked a little bit, but I heard a cold one being opened on that green flag.
Thank you, Brandon. Yes, you're very observant. That was Mr. Alan English. He has to have a cold one. I agree. I cranked one off. I put it on mute, though.
Game respects game.
There you
trying
go.
to do the restart. Didn't
There's
really get a
the-
chance. He yells out again.
Competition caution.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Well, that's the competition now.
oh,
and I
that's
think
into the stage. I got you.
All right, yeah. So
Now-
I think
We
Go
did
ahead.
see the 84 and the 9 moving their way back up. It is important to notice that the 84 is on fresher tires. The last pit stop was 52, while the rest of the field was at 26. The 9 pitted lap 60, and Joe Knightick in the 24 pitted lap 72. So there's a mixture of fresh tires, older tires. So it'll be important. It'll be very key to see how these tires handle up, and kind of get ready for this long run to see what the strategy is going to be.
Everybody pitting here, it looks like.
you have to. You got to pit at
Leader's
this
going to
point.
bring everyone.
Even it out. And here's what I would do. Oh, Eric Fiorillo is going to go around. He's not going to pit
He's a
just yet.
lap down, I think.
Okay, well, that makes sense. If I think at some point there probably needs to be a little chat and Discord and just say, hey, look, let's straighten this shit out. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it going and finish it off with the last 100 laps here in a happy place. You know, let's not get angry.
Ooh, Yahtzee.
Exactly. So that's my thought. I think they have the capability of running really well here. I think it's just these cars have so much horsepower, and it's such a small track, and I don't think it's actually designed for what's going on with these cars. So you just kind of have to adapt, and I don't know what y'all's thoughts are on that.
Well, another key part of this is, like I said, adapting in general, because we see the 73. He's been leading. Him and the 24 were battling out. They were leading. Now, the 73 actually fell back a few positions from the people that pit. It's a different world when you're in the middle or just behind vehicles as to compared when you're open air, clean air. It's a completely different story, because now you have to take into consideration everybody else in regards to the braking points. You have to change your line a little bit, figure your way through it. And Joe Knightick, I mean, he was one of the leaders, and now he's sitting in 7th, and I was watching him. He was kind of struggling a little bit. Still able to run fast laps, but not quite. It didn't seem like he had the exact same speed he had early on.
Yeah, and then now there's no more stage competition, stage racing to fall back on. So you're going to fall back on, your regular incident flags and all that stuff. But let's just say we get a really, really good long green flag run here. This is where you're going to have to start using your brain and some strategy, right? I mean, hopefully we see some of that.
Hopefully, I mean, it's going to be... This run right here will kind of give us a sense of what to expect. Just because, before you could say, oh, they're just trying to get some competition caution, trying to gain positions. Now they have a long run. So there really is no excuse to really be over aggressive. If it were me, I'd be patient, just run my laps and kind of just pick my spots one by one. So we'll see what happens and kind of get a sense of it right here, right now.
Speaking of right now, here we are, green flag racing. About 100 laps to 95 laps to go in this thing.
Look at old Gary Sargent out there commanding this deal.
He got rid
Alan
of that.
Hughes looks like he's might lose this. No, not quite. Mike Hornbeck pushed up the track.
Oh, in the wall.
Oh no!
There's your aggression right there. Race car drivers don't like to be patient, do they?
No.
William.
Absolutely not.
Worst part is he had a very fast car. Had he did have the positioning. Had he just been as the 42 gets loose, oh, he's losing it. Oh,
Hernandez.
he did an amazing job. I'll tell you this right now. Locking it up and not coming back on the track and not hitting the wall, I believe, at all. Just a tap.
And that was the perfect example of what you were talking about. That's a self-spin, one-car spin. If we were at a Charlotte or a Texas, he'd have been in the grass. We could have kept running here.
Yep, very true. And it's just, I mean, like y'all said, it's just what happens with the short track racing. You go to short tracks, it's an increase in cautions, and right there, he just got a little loose by himself, and you know, he did a really good job of locking those tires to make sure that no other cars get collected. Everybody else showed great awareness and to kind of be steady on the brakes to avoid any further issues.
Miss Pam joining us on Facebook saying, "Go Joe." Of course, pulling for Joe Knighting. Albert Anderson said, "I'm glad I'm not in this race. I don't think my nerves could handle it."
So it's a little much because there's a lot going on. It's a tight track. You're turning left really fast a lot, and if you're doing any of that, what I do was look in the rear view a little bit and start worrying, and that's going to be it's going to be a problem. So there's actually a lot going on in the cockpit for these guys.
Hey, Adam,
Yeah.
look at that. We got the camera on old Joe right now. Tell me that's a fool. You go up and smack up the backside of the head. I don't think you would.
No, that boy's from
He's one of
Ohio.
them Ohio boys. Look how tough that old boy looks.
I'm not messing
I don't
with
think
him.
you do it.
No, the whole family. It's like a gang. I've talked about it before. Anybody from Ohio, I'm just not interested in it. You know.
Oh, they're
I
good
respect.
people,
I
man.
respect
Come
you.
on, man.
That's true, but they're tough.
Yeah, they're tough.
See,
They're
I
Irish.
yeah, we're from the Texas. We're pretty tough too, but we have
Yeah,
really
we-
nice weather. We don't have to walk around in the snow or nothing. These guys are doing all kinds of crazy stuff in the snow. So yeah, and they're tough, almost like the Irish, like you said.
We
I
got
don't know.
Dia Titch. I can't read what this says on the YouTube saying this is why I hate short tracks. There's too many cautions. Well,
Yeah, well, have fun with us.
they-
We're trying.
hey, look, as soon as they start to thin out, there's no fast repairs. So I mean, the herd will kind of thin itself out, so to speak.
Yeah.
We got what
on the bright
16 cars on lead lap still.
What's the bright side, Brandon?
Yeah.
Gary Sachs on lead lap again.
Thank you.
Oh mercy.
Man, he's
Yeah. Bring his camera up on side by side. That will get people back entertained.
Thank
There you
you.
go.
Because he's gonna smile. Joe Nidek's on there. Man, he looks like he's gonna whip somebody. I like Joe. I'm on your team, bud. Don't worry about it. Man, we'll get this thing squared away eventually.
Yeah, Miss Pam says that that's her boy. Joe's her son, so she's pulling.
Yeah,
for
we
her
don't want to
son.
make Miss
I wonder if
Pam
her arms are
angry.
as big as his. She
I
might
doubt
be.
it. He said,
as we're
They're
about to go
tough
green.
people out there. Go ahead,
Yeah.
brother. Go ahead and call it.
Gonna go ahead and go back green. If we get some green flag race, I really want to go do some side by side action. Is look and see how they're turning the wheel in the turns as we. Oh, they're gonna go 3 wide.
Alan
they
Kewen's in the middle here.
Where-
William Brown not lifting. He goes ahead and takes that second spot away. Gary Sargent slides way up the track, probably farther than he wanted. 48's right there. They're side by side going across the start finish.
No, I mean, That's what drivers do, right? They drive, so can't really hate them for it.
No, sir, not at all.
Oh, they made
The
contact.
73 got knocked into the wall by the 60. The 60 looks like he slid up just a little bit. That's the first scratch I think I've seen on the 73 of Malarkey.
We didn't even get a caution out of it.
Oh, they're staying green here.
Well, my words about patience have not been received.
You know,
they're
these guys
sending
don't
it
know
to
it.
the wind.
Yeah, they don't care. They're not worried about it. Anything. They're just trying to drive it right into the wall. Drive it like you stole it, boys.
Heck
Oh,
yeah.
24 just smacked the wall a little bit.
Oh,
that's
Joe.
Notting.
You know, one person that's made a recovery is the 11. Considering the fact that he was a part of, I think it was the first 2 cautions, he's
Andrew
still
Cole,
hanging in
yeah.
there. And no rear end either.
Yeah, well, you don't need that here. William Brown, I mentioned him earlier at the beginning of the race. I knew we'd see him up front, and he's doing a heck of a job up 12
Oh,
spots.
they're wrecking.
Okay, well, that's fun. Parking lot in the backstretch. And everybody's involved.
I only knew there was a caution because I saw Joe Niding's camera and he was turning that wheel trying to save it. Let's see what happened here.
McComas is involved somehow or another.
Oh, that's a parking lot in the back.
Looks
If I
like
was...
Joe came down, Joe Niding 24 came down on the 70. I don't know if he got a bad, the spotter told him he was clear or not. And then I think that's what kind of collected everyone.
I think what happened here is the 24. So the way this track is, you kind of enter a little high and then you cut it back down. I could see that the 70, with him being down there, I think the 24 might have expected him to be against the yellow line and didn't realize that he was as far up as he was. So when the 24 tried coming down to get that better arch into the corner, it resulted in making contact and obviously the spin. As for everybody behind him, oh, I would have held the brakes as soon as I saw that and just waited. But you see everybody just piling in.
Everybody tries to maintain that position.
Well, they watched too much damn Days of Thunder where you just punch it through the gas, the smoke and everything. No. Hit the brakes, boys. Just turn. Yeah, just hit the brakes, man. You'll be fine. Sometimes, you know, I want to slap them in the face. Tell them, y'all need to chill out here, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes, though, I feel like, because for me, I, like, when I'm coming up on a wreck and people are behind me, I'm like, I got to check up, but I can't check up too much because they're going to shove me into the shit. It's just...
Yeah, no, that's true, too. That's true, too. Because you're looking in your rear view, and you do that on the highway, right? If you see a big slowdown in front of you,
I look
you look in the rear view and make sure you're not going to get killed from behind.
Yeah, and then hit your hazards. Let the people know, yo, slow your roll. Don't run me over.
You sound like a great defensive driver. I like your style.
Yeah,
I try everything not to get hit.
The
smart move.
The thing with this is everybody's afraid of getting run over just because it happens so often where people don't hold their brakes or just they how do I put it? They don't react soon enough and they try and hit them a little too late. So you kind of let off the throttle, just trying to, you know, maintain a steady pace. In this situation, I mean, that seems like what happened. People from behind, they didn't really get on the brakes too soon and it just piled in. For me, whenever I see smoke, I'm not gonna lie. First thing you gotta pay attention is where's the car turning to. If you see it going left at a high banking track, it's more likely going to go low, unless the person's trying to save and be a hero and hook it right back up into the field, which is never a good idea. That's one thing. At these low tracks, it's really a matter of they kind of stay where the wreck happens. They just slide as we're about to go back green.
Green flag's out. The outside line got the best jump as the 9 and the 48 took off first. Gary Sargent in the 28 held his own, though, as he'll try to maintain that low line. The 84 of Mike Hornbeck in the wall on the outside.
These boys are pushing it, and I mean pushing it.
Yeah, Alan Kewen's in the 60 and 70 at McComas. There is no give or take right there.
Man, we need to do
Oh!
a fan poll on who we bring in next. Oh boy,
Big wreck.
25 ton. Yeah, we need to find out who people want us to bring into the booth.
I mean, yeah, at this point we've almost talked to everyone. Let us
Yeah.
know. Who do you want to hear from?
Who do the fans want to hear from?
Who's your guy?
And on
It was-
YouTube, Max, West, and Cal, thank you for joining us. And Joe Archer,
Oh.
yes, it was a good one, and they get better the more you have. So, and then Adam Strom says, "Come on, Turner, Ohio ain't got nothing on them, those Minnesota boys for winter."
That's true. Speaking about winter, I was going Texas versus Ohio strong. But if you're going straight winter, I'm going with Minnesota for the win. Seems rough up there.
That wreck, it was another self spin by I believe it was a 25. He got loose and just hit the inside wall, shot him across the track. That's another thing when it comes to avoiding wrecks is know how the car reacts. I mean, if you do a lot of races and you kind of see the trend, if they go head on into a wall, they're more than likely going to bounce off it and back across the field. So it's little stuff like that you got to predict. Now that wreck that just happened before this one, there really wasn't much you could do because I think there was a car on the high side and low line and there just wasn't room to squeeze by. So it's unfortunate, but a lot of that stuff comes into consideration. But it is short track racing. At 1.5 miles, you kind of avoid those issues a little bit more. But as you see, everybody's kind of banged up, even. Doesn't matter.
I don't know if you were talking about wreck 17 or wreck 40. I'm trying to do the math. I'm kind of lost in what's happening out here.
In reference to that, Dustin really, besides saying "What's up, boys?" we know Dustin from another series. He says, "When did they let open wheel modified race guys race with Cup?"
Well, he would be good at open wheel. Yeah, come on, bring it on.
Dustin was out here. He'd probably be spanking some folks.
Yeah, slide job some of these clowns. But I don't know. It's a tough track, tough car to put on this track.
It really is.
I'm listening to a little bit of the race chatter, and I think they're having fun with it. You know, they kind of realize how tough their situation is. But I think if we could get a 30-lap run here, it would be some really good racing.
I really do think so, because when we have the racing going on, it's been fun, entertaining to see. It's just really, like I said, the self spins that have caused the cautions. I think there's been maybe 1 or 2 wrecks where the reason for it is someone over driving it and hooking another person. We really haven't seen a lot of that. It's been just one car, and it ends up involving the rest of the field because of the way this track handles the wrecks.
I agree. This is like every state used to have a track like this, I think, back in the day, and the fairgrounds track, man. That's what it was. It wasn't designed for this.
It was designed for people who don't really watch racing that like the wrecks.
Yeah, exactly. Your local yokel guys.
Yeah, that like to see a good bump and run.
There you go. And here we're going, man. Let's get the green flag started again.
As the green flag comes out, William Brown gets the best run on the outside, coming down in front of the 9 of Barkley. Barkley doing all he can out there to really stay out front. He's done one heck of a job, as he's now on the same pit strategy as everybody else. That early strategy really did work for him. So now you got the 84 behind him. Angel Hernandez worked his way back up after
70
losing. He lost
70.
calibration on his wheel.
I'm
but,
sorry, but 70 got spun by the number 6 right there.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I think I already see what happened here. Let's take a look.
Steve McComas has been in some issues today. Steve McComas kind of, I think, slid it down a little bit too much.
Yep. It could have
paid the
been he was
price.
getting loose, to be honest. With the way
Yeah,
we've
I think
seen that these drivers, it looked like he was trying to get that better exit speed. And let me go ahead and just hop into his cockpit because we can tell right away. I see real quick. Oh, yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
he apologized to.
Yeah. He got loose. And I mean, once again, one car gets loose and another one just finishes the job.
There's nowhere to go, right? It's
Yep.
like, you know, being in Dallas at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, man.
Yeah.
It's a disgrace, to be honest with you. You can go nowhere. Kind of what's going on here.
So while we have this caution, and we really haven't used this feature a lot because of all the wrecks, how about we do a side-by-side and kind of just look at the drivers, see how they do, and kind of stick with them on this restart and see how chaotic it really gets.
I think that sounds amazing.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's go ahead and you know what? Let's go ahead and go on to Joe in the 24, sitting in 6th place, and see how he drives this.
Man, I'll tell you what, can't even take a break around here. I got my federal 15 minutes. I don't know about y'all. And then people are complaining that they don't hear anything on the TV. Sorry, guys, we had to take a break. Had a little issue with the computers, but I'll tell you what, I'm ready to see some green flag action. I don't know about y'all.
Yes, I agree with you
yeah.
100%. And my apologies to the people for the technical difficulty, but we are back and ready to rock and roll.
It's interesting the 48 chose the top. Because I feel like the bottom groove is where you want to be. I feel like when you're on the top, you get hung out to dry.
Even here?
I felt that in the ARCA cars Tuesday. Every time I was on the outside, my restarts just weren't good. People were killing me on the insides.
How'd you do in that ARCA race?
Before the reviewing, I finished 5th. After reviewing, I went to 11th because there was a big wreck where people were piled up. So I just drove around them like iRacing told me, and because they got involved in a wreck, and so I just did what it told me. But I guess it's because it didn't freeze the caution when the first caution came out.
So they basically NASCAR'd you. I'm sorry about that, Brandon. Don't be upset.
Oh,
I'm gonna give you the 5th place as we're about to go back to green flag racing. Let's get this thing going, man. Here we go. Looks like we got a little battle out here. Neidick with his beat up car, Barkley, and William Brown, who I always know is going to be up front in that 48. Looks like the old Jimmy Johnson, kind of a winner out there.
Heck yeah. That 42 making an inside dive.
Yeah, he is. Look at him just battle it out with 24.
Yep. Ooh. He's going to try to side draft and suck him back a little bit.
Like I said, though,
here?
That 24 on that highline's just, you really have to stay on the inside to even have a shot. And the thing is, your momentum's just not as good as that middle to high line.
Well, and somebody else we hadn't really talked about is Malarkey. Justin Malarkey kind of sneaking up there in fifth place and looking like he's trying to make a move on the 42 of Angel Hernandez right now.
As there's a battle for the lead.
Jason Ricketts just blew his motor.
At least he let everybody know, right?
Yeah. Hopefully he gets it stopped so he can tow.
Yeah, he's trying to limp that thing around. That's a good. They call it caution just because.
Caution for.
Well, Anthony Fry turned around on the track, number 6.
Oh boy.
And I think Stephen McComas is caught up in that one as well.
Actually, it was Stephen McComas turned it on his own and then collected the number 6. So.
Let's see here.
The 6 had nothing to do with it other than ruining his entire car.
Yeah.
70 of McComas is having kind of a rough one, I would say, tonight.
A very rough day.
And we don't normally see that with him. He's normally kind of a upfront type of guy.
This track is a difficult track. I will say that. It takes a lot of... It's not one of those tracks where you can just hop in and you'll be good. It takes a lot of practice for this track. Just because you see how easy it is for these back ends just to get out from underneath someone.
Yeah.
Let's see, do we
I don't
have...
know if there's anybody else we can talk to, for Christ's sake. Is English? You got any ideas?
Well, who do y'all want to talk to? I got a list of names here ready to go.
We
Have
could bring
talked
up
to Joe Neidick yet?
I don't think we have.
Let's talk to old Joe, man. Let's see what you can see.
Real quick.
All right. He's going to be starting inside row 2, right behind the 48.
Oh, there he is. Joe, you got us?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, so what's your thought process here? I know there's a lot of beating and banging going on. Luckily, you have been up front. Y'all kind of have avoided all the mayhem in the back, but what is your thought process right now with about 40-something laps to go?
Honestly, right now, I'm just trying to get a good finish out of this. I got caught up in one. I think McComas may have clipped me coming out of a turn. But I've kind of fixed it and running hard to bring it back, get back up here. I'm in 3rd. I mean, I'm definitely going to run it hard and see if I can't get up here, maybe steal a win. But definitely, number one thing is to get out of here, hopefully with a top 5 here.
Well, two-time Joe, we talk about you quite a bit on here on the broadcast, and one of those tough Ohio boys, as we mentioned, and Miss Pam is definitely pulling for you tonight. Adam Turner says judging from the man's arms, he might be one of those guys that skips leg day. Are you one of those cats?
I do not skip leg day. I can absolutely leg press 1,100 pounds.
Why are you trying to get me
You
in?
didn't see that coming. That's a joke.
That was actually pretty good. I didn't say that. No, thank you, dude. I don't want no part of that fighting. Good luck to you the rest. Yeah, good luck to you the
We're gonna get you
rest of the way.
back to your team, so that way you guys can get something worked out.
Hopefully this will be fun for you boys.
We're gonna try to. Man, you're trying to get me in trouble with the
That was
man.
funny. That was good.
Hey,
Bro, imagine if he was like, "I'm just coming to fight you now." At least
no,
we have
that
a fight club started.
no, you weren't here for that actually happened. No, thank you. I don't want to be any part. Yeah, that actually happened in this league a long time ago. But
Oh, that was John, not Joe.
yeah, that was anyway. We're starting this thing back up as English is trying to get me killed. Man, let's fire it up, boys. And
Here we go, side by side again. The 48 and the 9 taking the front end. Side by side, no clear victor here on the restart. Oh, the 9 got sideways big time there. The 73 of Malarkey's going to go to his outside. Joe Nidick in the 24 to the inside of the 73. 84 and the 42 side by side behind them.
That 9 trying to make a move. The 28 got into the 60, I believe.
Hey, what do you know? Another yellow.
Parking lot. Oh, no, they actually did a pretty good job. Pretty good job.
what do you know? Gary Sargent got into
Ooh, yeah.
Alan Kewins in the 60.
Yeah, Kewins is wrecked bad.
Kewins is Ohio boy too. He's like a silent assassin. He's probably just quiet and angry, you know.
28 just sent in a little too deep, and 29. Man, there was some hard hits in that wreck.
Yeah, Gusty he didn't have nowhere to go there, did he?
There was really nowhere.
I'm gonna we'll just have a vote with the broadcasting crew here. Would y'all like to see this race again with these cars? I'm gonna vote no. Y'all go ahead and start.
No. The only reason I wouldn't mind it. It's just
don't get fined.
You're gonna abstain so you don't get banned. I got you.
I wouldn't mind this race. It's just a very you have to suspect stuff like this happening. It's a tough one. Me personally, if I were to want to run it, I would not want to run this race just because it's so just annoying as a driver. But
well, look, with 25 cars, I thought it might be okay. You know, with 40 might be a little bit different. But I thought with 20, 25 cars, this would be a good balance here. But man, it's really been.
The best part though, I just saw they have a little driver's chat here. Y'all can't see it on the TV, but Connor Darnell says, "I heart Gary Sack." So at least there's a little bit of love out there.
Another issue that with this track is, okay, so if you struggle with a track and you get involved in a wreck, typically you're out after the first or second wreck, or you're just so slow you get out of the way. This track, you could hit the wall so many times, but you don't really have enough speed to really blow up your engine unless you get completely destroyed by someone else. So these guys that are losing it and struggling at this track, which is natural, everybody has that one track we all struggle at, they can continue wrecking and wrecking, but they get to stay out there because of it.
Well, Pam's asking what happened to Taver out there. Well, Taver did catch a little wall action early.
Well, in that last wreck, I think he was trying to squeeze through, but there was very little room, so I think he got a little bit of damage as a result of it.
And over on the YouTube, Joe Archer says, "Old Joe, that must be Nidick." He said, "Joe's cool." He said, "By the way, I'm buying a webcam, so we're going to get to see Joe Archer here."
Good, dude. I like to see
I
these
wonder if
guys
he's
wheeling it.
He might be trying to one up the other Joe. I bet Joe Archer's got arms like Lou Ferrigno, man, because he lives in Canada, and if you're gonna fight bears and like throw
He's doing all that.
tree
You know,
logs and stuff like that,
didn't
gotta
he
have
move
some arms.
all the way across Canada, which is
Yeah, I
gigantic?
think he lives in Alberta or Saskatchewan.
Yeah, and he's like a farmer now, and he's really getting after it. He's wrestling goats and pigs and everything else. So
Heck yeah.
I'd like to see some
It's
of
like
that.
Green
All
Acres,
these,
man. He moved out of the city. And
yeah.
This car just went down. We're about to get going green here.
All right, let's get this thing.
Let's go.
9 and the
Moving.
73 side by side once again. The 9 got a pretty good restart there. That outside line, you got a little bit farther to go, but you get a little bit more momentum coming out of the turns, and the 9's showing it off right now. Man,
That
Barkley's had one hell of a race tonight, hadn't he?
Yep. That
Now-
and the 73 trying to make the move on the inside. Let's see if he can get clear of him. But it doesn't look like it. Oh, he just might. And he is. Oh, he should have drifted up there.
I would be showing Mr. Barkley's camera, but sadly it is frozen for people that are fans of Mr. Justin Barkley. But yeah, I mean, it seems like they're sorting this out, getting single file. Hopefully these last 34, 35 laps are clean and we get some really good racing. It'll be interesting to see who can really handle the mid-run in these cars. Just because they really haven't had the opportunity to get to the mid-run.
Yeah, we hadn't had much opportunity of much of anything here. We just had a lot of little mistakes and errors, and I don't know.
They're just going hard.
Yeah, they're going for it.
Joe Archer said he's from Hudson Bay, Saskatchewan. He moved 37 hours away from his original home. That's how long it took him to drive out there. So.
Wow,
Yeah.
so that's a haul.
Joe's living the good life now, though.
Yeah, is he? Can we buy anything from him? Has he got goat milk or anything? Goat cheese? I don't know what the hell he's doing up there now.
Well, I know he's
We-
one heck of a graphic designer, as he's the sponsor for the Xfinity series. So go check out Joe's Design Shop on Facebook. If you need this guy to paint you a car or design you a league logo or something, Joe Archer's the guy to see. Joe's Design Shop on Facebook. But let's not take away from tonight's sponsor, the Greenville Humane Society. After all, this is the Mutt Strut 200. If you're looking for a pet, go rescue a dog from your local animal shelter because, no animal should be thrown away.
Very true. Very true.
I mean, you're gonna have a dog or a cat or a pet, or you're gonna have one in the pasture, which we're gonna eat, but we're gonna treat them nice until we eat them.
Oh yeah.
That's my theory on it. Feed them real nice.
I loved my cows, when I was a kid. Until
Yeah.
we ate them, I loved them again. Just how
That's
it was.
yeah. You get to love twice.
The 48 trying to go inside of the 84, and he wasn't able to make anything happen there.
Now, fellas, I'm watching this one driver here. He was a lap down earlier, been missing a front end, back on the lead lap, in the top 10, and he's up 14 spots, Mr. Gary. He managed to claw his way back up as he's battling for another position.
Gary Sack?
Yeah, oh, he just smacked the wall.
Well, hello.
I just cursed him. He's good, though. He's still running.
Well, good. Look at him.
Albert Anderson's on Facebook. He says, Adam Turner is hilarious. He says, I got to have a beer with that guy.
Man, well, Albert, yeah, we'll have
Let's
to.
schedule
Albert,
a meeting of the minds.
we kind of had the same philosophy, I think. He's.
Yeah, I think.
I'm glad he's here.
Experience.
Actually,
Oh,
watching
Yellow's
this
out.
race with us. Yeah,
That is for Mr. Matt Forns, I believe. Oh, he has engine damage. Let's see what happened here.
Yes. He may have some brain damage
Well,
off of that one.
Man, I think that mustache is just providing too much air resistance.
Yeah.
You hate to see it.
Maybe slowing him down. You hate to see.
Oh, he got loose and just smacked the wall.
You
Well.
hate to see it.
He just, oh, look at him go. Man, he turned a good beer car into about nothing, didn't he?
Crumpled beer can now.
Yeah.
He's done with her.
He's in the pits. I'm sure at some point we may get to talk to him again because he actually is one of those guys that he don't really care. He's just having a good time, trying to have fun. So if we could bring him up at some point, he'll
You know what?
probably
Yeah.
be willing to talk to us.
You want to do it now?
Yeah, why not? He's in the
Let's
pit.
see if
He ain't
he's
gonna-
pins.
that,
Okay.
that thing ain't going nowhere.
Okay.
Yeah, he's getting damage fixed. It was smoking. I'm assuming he had a meatball.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find him on here.
Yeah. As you're trying to find him, there's a couple of other guys taking some pits, and there is a little strategy I think out there. I'm not totally sure. Oh, Matt Forns, you with us? You got a copy.
Yeah, what's going on, fellers?
What had happened right there? You just ruined a perfectly good beer can.
I know I did. I don't know what happened. I just kind of got in a little rhythm and wasn't paying attention and came out, got loose, and that was it.
Hey, we had some concerns from people online, watchers on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch have kind of chimed in tonight and says, have y'all taken that car to the wind tunnel with your mustache? Because they think it may have taken some of the speed out of that car.
Yeah, it may be slowing it down. I'm gonna have to get with the engineers and we'll talk through that. I don't think that's it. If anything, it's got to make it go faster, right?
No, I don't think so. Personally, I think maybe we need to see a new design there on the face.
Look, the car was fast in the beginning, but then I restarted behind someone, and then just ended my race.
Who was the someone? Are we gonna fight that
I
someone?
don't really want to talk about it. I'm not a name dropper, but
Okay. Well, we're all about fighting here, so if you wanted to talk about it, we could have like a couch session.
Well, enjoy that.
It's
enjoy
that
that.
110 car.
Well, enjoy that Rainier beer. It tastes better than Michelob anyway. And
It sure
we'll holler
does.
at you later, man.
All right, guys, y'all have a good one.
All right. All right. So he didn't want to drop names, but he dropped names.
Heck yeah, he did.
Damn funny.
So it's Michelob versus the Rainier beer, which is a beer out Northwest. So we'll look into that at some future races, maybe.
Yeah, maybe it might heat up and intensify to where they might want to fight.
Yeah, Michelob's too old to fight anybody.
Oh man.
Well, I'm just saying, we're getting this thing cranked back.
Rock, paper, scissors, or something.
That would be cool. I'd watch that. Here we go,
Green
boys.
flags out. The 73, I'm sorry, didn't get quite the restart that he did before, and the 24 is going to take advantage. The 73 is going to try to cross him over, but the 48's there.
Boy, he tried to pinch him.
Line.
73 tried to pinch him, is what I kind of saw.
William Brown says he wants the lead.
He's one of those guys that's going to get up there and take it, too. Gary Sargent still running right there in fourth place.
Yeah, once he got rid of that Jacksonville Jaguars paint, the guy can drive.
73 and Malarkey inside, passing the 24, looking for more. He's going to go to the outside line here. Let's see what happens. 3 wide for a short period of time.
I feel like this is just a tease, man. These guys are actually racing up here, and it's a lot of fun to watch, and I just hope they continue.
Give it a minute.
That 70 is making a move on the 97. Stephen McConas.
Joe Archer said, American beer is water. Hey, man, this High Life tastes like half a loaf of bread in a freaking can.
Man, what is it? He wants us to drink Labatt's Blue or something? We can't get that down here. Y'all are taxing us too high.
Yeah. It's a really good beer, though.
Is it?
Hey, we ought to get together with Joe Archer and watch Strange Brew on the stream.
I could do that. That would be
I'm
fun.
ready for it. We need to set that up, Joe.
Great movie.
The driver who's having a really good run is this number 9 of Justin Barkley. He's up to 3rd, and he seems like a man on a mission.
Which is weird. His normal mission is just to eat macaroni and cheese, man. I don't know how he got so aggressive all of a sudden. The last couple of seasons, he just kind of rode around the track, and now he wants to be a winner.
Well, I got the answer to your question right here. The last pit stop that the top 3 have made, the 48 pitted lap 159, the 73 pitted lap 122, and the 9 pitted lap 177. They could be hoping for another caution, but I think the 9 might be on the right strategy here.
If it goes green, I think you're right.
Well, we're coming up on 10 to go here in about another lap. I think we got one more lap, 10 to go. The 73 is kind of testing the waters of the 48, trying to see where he can run.
Ooh, the 28 just got a little loose coming out turn 2.
Oh, they're 3 wide behind him. Or they were for a second.
Oh, they still are? Nope, he cleared the 28.
28 kind of lifted. I think that was a smart move by Gary Sargent.
9 completed that pass, but the 73 is going to try and cross him over.
He didn't have
Not
the
quite.
momentum. Albert Anderson said the 48 is fast with no damage. He's going to be hard to beat. He's got a clean race car out front.
Yeah, and he was kind of one of my picks tonight. We don't see him every week out here, but man, he is super fast.
It will be interesting to see how those tires are able to hold up against Justin. I really think Justin's going to be able to get him. It's going to be one tough battle, though.
The 6 is driving super aggressive. He just kind of got up into the 25 just a little bit, feeding him a little hello.
He gave him the hello.
Hello bump.
Hello.
Oh, I think the 9's about to make a move. This could be for the race.
Come on, Barkley. Oh, it slid up the track a little bit, lost some momentum. The 48's going to hold on to it. Oh, he's not clear, though.
48 went too high.
Though. Barkley makes the pass on the inside.
Does he have someone driving for him, or what? What's really going on over there?
Oh, 9 in the wall.
Got into the wall. Dadgummit.
It caused the 48 to check up, though. If not, they were both going to get involved in that. Able to keep it going. As we see the 42 coming out of nowhere in 3rd now.
5 to go.
Will there be enough time?
Look at Andrew Cobb up there. Sneaking up, trying to take 4th.
Remember, he was part of the first 2 wrecks, and now here he is, battling for the top 5, moving up to 4th. Well, these drivers all have fresh tires. Jason Malarkey's on about 50 lap old tires. I think that really killed his chances to really try and compete with some of these guys.
Yeah, his tires are...
Oh, 42 turn to 48. Save it. Oh, nope, they're going around.
And that's going to bring out the yellow.
Green, white, checkered, by the way.
That exactly. And so, but now you got to go with those tires if you're Malarkey, right? I mean, you don't have a choice. You got to go with what brought you.
42 just sent it a little too deep on him, I think. Let's go ahead and get a better angle on here.
Just when we thought we were going to see the end of this thing.
I think 48 came down just a little too much, and the 42 is there. Just hard racing and unfortunate. 42. By the way, I'd like to say you cursed the 48 by saying he had a clean car. Now he doesn't have a front end.
We have to put that on our friend, America's driver.
But now here's the thing: Justin Malarkey can come to pit, but he's gonna need some help. It's a green, white, checkered. It's a short track. He's gonna need a majority of these drivers to come with him. If he gets stuck anywhere from 6 on back, I really don't think he has a chance.
You got zero chance. If that's the case. Oh, there's a lucky dog coming by.
As for the 9, I don't think you could ask for a better opportunity here. You should have the preferred line. You should be able to defend your line. He just has to be consistent. He just needs to survive these laps. 73, it's tough because tires are too big of a factor. Unless he gets an amazing restart and just blocks, it's gonna be tough for him to win this race. Or you never know. I mean, 11 is now in second. It's gonna be a really good race.
It's gonna be a good finish.
Yeah, he could hope for a little, maybe the
Contact?
two in front of him turning each other and blow through like that way. I don't know.
Who knows? Maybe if they're running close side by side, the 73, might accidentally give the 11 a good push and up into the 9, taking them both out.
Yeah, it's like shooting dice in Waco, man. This is a little too much.
How many green white checkers do they have?
2.
Two. We got
2.
two.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say that's another factor to
Yeah,
take
they
into
know.
consideration. Like we've seen it all too often, where green white checkered. Okay, everybody's gonna push it, and then coming in the first corner, big red, caution, race over.
Yeah.
I don't know. These guys are handling this pretty well. If it was me on the track and I had a car bent out of shape like this, I'd probably want to shoot somebody between the mother and the other.
The other, yeah.
Well, that's PG-13 version. So, but hey, they're racking it back up. I think we're gonna get this thing started here once we get back around.
Heck yeah. Let's see if that bottom line can finally, stick up for me in my comment earlier.
It didn't work out so far.
No, but these are also different cars with a lot more power.
All right, well, let's see.
Pace car's off.
Right. That 73's hanging out. There he is.
The 11 kind of hung back a little too much, giving the 9 an easy clear. I might have spoken too soon. Nah, he should get him here.
He's clear.
Ooh,
Get some help from the 84.
84 is maybe scraped the wall just a little bit. He's 3 wide with the 28 and 42.
That's not good for business, is
The
it?
11 is side by side. This is going to be a close finish.
Oh, Andrew Cole would love to get a win here tonight.
I think he might have cleared him. Oh, this.
He's got an 84 and
Oh, he cleared him.
11's gonna take it.
Oh my goodness!
That
Cole takes
was.
the win at Nashville Fairgrounds.
Boy, he just
Wow.
knocked out of nowhere, didn't he?
Well, he worked his way back up through the field. We saw him restart, top 5, top 10. He put the work in, made it happen.
That's
Wow.
That was a pretty good ending. I wish we could have seen a little bit better.
Oh,
you know,
well, he
race.
was going to do donuts and
He's done. Blew it
Nice.
up.
96.
no, 96
Yeah.
rear ended him.
Oh,
Derek
man.
Schimmel. He's
The
still going.
Scrimmel? He's too angry. Can't even let anybody have any fun out here,
He
Derek.
avoided
Scrimmel.
too late.
Scrimmel.
Yeah. There he goes.
There he goes. He's getting his donuts in.
Yeah, let him enjoy it. I've only been in Victory Lane a couple times. One was at Michigan. I think all y'all know that, but it's kind of fun to throw that thing around in a circle and get that. You
Albert
feel like
Anderson.
you're actually winning something.
Albert Anderson, that was one hell of a finish. Louisiana Root Magic.
Oh,
It wasn't on me. I wasn't throwing chicken bones out there or anything. I wasn't trying to help nobody.
well, you can't. You don't hurt. You don't help. You don't hurt nothing. But you have some kind of
Well,
special spice you throw out there,
well, we ain't
Louisiana
gonna
style,
talk about that.
especially this time of year. Marie
It's not been
Laveau.
approved by the FDA.
That's
so
some Marie Laveau stuff you got going on
we're
over
not
there.
going to discuss it.
Man, well, at least we have the ending of this thing. How about that?
Yeah, that's
Well,
for
The ending
once.
is always good. Do we have a fan of the race or anything like that? I think we do.
Yeah,
fan
I
of the race.
just posted it.
Okay, who you got?
Hang on just a second. Jonathan Nance 8 on YouTube. You
Oh.
are the fan of the race, so thanks so much, Jonathan, for coming and joining us tonight and cheering on your friends. And we sure do appreciate you.
All right, we got some Barkley up in the podium finishers. We'll see.
Malarkey's up there now.
All right. Well, you want to go 3-1? Malarkey's up there. Let's pull old
Yeah.
Malarkey up.
All right, I got you.
Hey, Jonathan, it's the guys up in the booth. You got us.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Justin.
Hey,
You there?
I'm here. How are you?
Good, man. You kind of persevered, let's say, through that one. You're down 2 spots, but I mean, hey, that's not bad. You kind of survived this thing. Kind of being up front was key, huh?
Survival was important for tonight for sure. I'm not sure how many cautions there were total, but it was definitely, if you survived them all, you were probably in the top couple spots.
I had to take my shoes off, and then I still ran out of digits to count cautions on.
Ugh.
But you kept a clean car, and that really did help you tonight. Talk about the competition up front. Talk about restarts, man, because you really did rule the restarts.
Yeah, the was trying to be on the outside and just it was weird. It seemed like people are all shifting at different points trying to get grip, but I was trying to stay in second as long as I could, but never full throttle, so I didn't spin them. But and then just obviously get right up into third as quick as you could. But yeah, the restarts were important. If you could be on the outside and gain a row each time coming up through the field with new tires and stuff, it helped because being on the inside kind of pinched you down a little bit.
And well, it's not going to hurt your chances in third place for the season. So good job. You stuck through it, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, it should be a good one. I think we're at the bigger Nashville track.
Super Speedway.
Double Nashville. But do you got any shout outs or anything you want to say to anybody before we let you go?
Yeah, shout out to the league putting on some fun for Fridays, you guys for broadcasting it, all the friends and family watching, and hopefully everyone had a fun time. Hopefully my sister liked the car since it's got her kid's little construction company that he made up on there.
Oh,
Yeah.
sweet. Awesome, man. All right, so now we're going to jump up to another Justin. There's like double Justins here. Justin Barkley, Mr. Mac and Cheese, somehow managed to get himself up in the top 3 spots. Justin Barkley, you got a copy.
Well, I got you.
Hey, man, talk about that decision early to stay out on those tires. It really did pay off because the cautions kept coming, and you stayed up there at least long enough to get on the same pit strategy as everybody else. Track position really did help you here at Nashville Fairgrounds.
Yeah, it really did. I stayed out that one time and stayed out for a really long run, and then I think it was like 40 laps ago. I said I'm gonna go get some tires. It was just like I practiced, and then I managed to make my way to the front. I hit the wall, passing I think Brown, kind of rumbled my cage, and didn't want to race my teammate too dirty. So good job to Cole for getting the win. A little upsetting. Thought I was gonna get my first win.
You definitely had a fast car. I will say that. I mean, the way you were driving it was patient. You made the moves when you needed to. I was trying to give you some more TV time, but your camera froze on me. I was trying to get you out there, but it froze on me. So, but no, you did a really good job. It was a really good battle there at the end. What seemed to be the preferred line throughout the race?
Definitely the middle to high line because that bottom is way too bumpy.
So
you
I
hit a
kinda
bump in
figured.
there and you slide right into the next person. That's kind of what happened to me when I slid in front of Brown. So apologize to Brown, but it was fun.
Yeah, it seemed like a lot of people, including yourself, were running that, like you said, the mid to high line, and then on the exit, we're kind of doing kind of like a diamonding effect, where you cut down to get that momentum. to kind of get the car as straight as it could be on exit. Seemed to be working for you. Those tires paid off, and you had a solid run.
All right, guys, I appreciate it.
Hey, man, you got anybody you want to talk about or shout outs or anything? I know you got to get that mac and cheese.
Well, definitely shout out to my teammates Derek and Andrew. Derek helped me when he was in there getting his car repaired, and Cole helped me out before the race with a little bit of adjustments, and it worked out for us.
All right, man. Congrats. We're about to talk to your partner there in a second. Good
All
job.
right, thanks, guys.
All right. So teammates, a super serial racing sounds like 1 and 2. That's pretty good for those guys.
Oh,
All right, Andrew, you got us?
yep. How you doing?
How's it going, man?
Good.
All right,
So
Andrew.
walk us through that finish.
That was fun. Yeah, I was talking to Justin, just told him, I'll wait till turn 4 there, and won't touch, won't do anything. We'll just drag race it out, and luckily I was able to drive in deep and clear him, get the win. It was fun.
I will say you were able to manage to make that inside work. A lot of people struggled. A lot of people lost on exit. How difficult was it to make that bottom work and kind of control the car? Like, take us through your throttle input. Was there a lot of, burping it to make sure it stayed straight, or were you just like on exit full throttle?
No, yeah, I was definitely coming off probably half throttle and just trying to slowly, as I got to the straightaway, get back to full. Um, it was working all night, really the inside. I had a lot of damage, so I really just kind of tried to focus on it because no one was there, and made it work.
Well, next week is Nashville Super Speedway. Have you practiced that track much? And we know it's night and day compared to this one, but have you put in any time there?
Not yet. I ran pretty well there last year in the Xfinity Series, so I'm hoping that helps and translates, and I'll get some laps in this week coming up.
Well, great job tonight. How about your super serial racing team? I know Derek was probably angry, but you and Justin finished pretty well. What about that team strategy? It seemed like it worked tonight. And you have anybody you want to talk about or shout outs before we let you go?
Yeah, just super serial. We 1-2 there. Derek did have some trouble, but that's all right. He'll get him next week, and just trying to keep it clean with the teammates, and shout out to those guys for helping out. Talking us through it. It's a good race.
All right, man. Congratulations.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it, guys. Good work.
Man, that was it a battle? Was it a marathon? I don't know what just happened. I feel like Muhammad Ali and George Foreman, just going
the
at
Foreman thing.
Yeah, I just
That was a marathon. Well,
yeah.
the real people that are going to benefit is Greenville Humane Society for putting this thing on, the Mutt Strut 200, as they call it. They're trying to save animals. So do what you can. Support your local kennels, your local Humane Society. Adopt an animal if you can, because we're losing too many of them. And if you can, get your pets spayed and neutered. It doesn't matter if it's a dog or cat or whatever. Get them spayed and neutered, because pet population really does need some control.
All right, Bob Barker. Man, that was awesome. Thanks for
Sorry,
that.
man. I was
Yeah, you really went into like you really went into
In the arms of the
you went into
Oh,
you
I'll
really
start
went into,
crying, man. I'll start
you went into
singing.
TV mode there, but I guess let's run this thing down, English, if you want to knock them down. See who finished where.
Yeah, let's do our finishing order here. The 11 of Andrew Cole started back in 10th. He is your winner tonight in the 11, so congrats, Andrew. And Justin Barkley didn't have very far to go, but pit strategy is what made it work for him in the 9 tonight. He finishes in second. Justin Malarkey finishes in third place. Angel Hernandez finishes fourth. Gary Sargent in the 28. one of those guys that was very strong all night long. Started way back in the pack. Ends up snagging the top 5. Good job, Gary. The 97 of Connor Darnell. We saw him involved in early accidents. He started 20th and ended up finishing in 6th place. Mike Hornbeck in the 84. Very consistent tonight. Finishes in 7th. Joe Nidick. Big Arm Joe in the 24. Finishing in 8th place. Not where he wanted to be, but at least snagged the top 10 tonight. 89 of Gary Sack with half a car still under his command. Went from 24th to 9th. So good job on you, Gary. And rounded out your top 10, the number 6 of Anthony Frey. Hey, I got a little correction to make. I said last week Anthony Fry was from Michigan. I was wrong. He's a Wisconsin man. So sorry about that, Tony.
That's the same. That's the
Tony
same.
Fry is from Wisconsin. Well,
That's the same country. I don't.
Corrected error, you know.
It's like Providence in Saskatchewan. I don't know.
Oh Lord, have
It's
mercy.
it's up there. No, I'm just kidding. He's America. That's America. Anyway, 70th Steve McComas. He had a rough one, but he managed to pull out 11th. 48 of William Brown really had a pretty good run at the end, but ended up 12th. 29 Matty G. I think he's got a lot of fans out there. Matthew Gussie 13th. 92 of Greg Klein, Tulsa, Oklahoma, 14th. 60 of Alan Kewins in the Batman car, kind of rough night as well, but ended up 15th. Taver Mowry in the 5 car, 16th. 26 of Michael Buckley in 17th. 25, the Italian Stallion from Arkansas, Eric Fiorello, ended up 18th. Number 10 of Matt Forns, we got to talk to him and his mustache quite a bit there in 19th. Number 1 of Jason Ricketts, I like to call him the blinker. He does a lot of blinking out there at times in 20th. 110 of Richard Michelob Gray, 21st. 27 of Red Stick Mike Simone, 22nd. 96, the Angry Man, Derek Schimmel, 23rd. 21, Mr. May and Michael Pimpere, 24th. Mr. Canada in the 56 car, Joe Archer, in 25th. And then Al Corey ended up in 26th place tonight.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, that's going to do it, boys. Francisco, you're kind of like a real race car driver. What do you think? What did you think about the race? I know we had a lot of problems, but overall.
Yeah, I mean, I've raced at a lot of these tracks. I've seen the worst, I've seen the best, and this is what I kind of expect at this track. It's a tough track. The bumps make it extremely difficult. I've had issues at this track. I don't like this track, but it's fun racing. I know that's contradicting, but trust me, it's fun but hard. You gotta put in a lot of time, a lot of effort to really get good at this track. And I mean, we saw it all night. It was just drivers losing on themselves and collecting cars behind them. We had a few people overdrive it, take out other drivers. So overall, it could have been better, but it's what to expect at this track. So overall, I think there was some really good racing. The ending was fantastic. I mean, that was a great battle. Couldn't have asked for anything better, to be honest.
Yeah, I like the ending too. I guess we're gonna have to end this thing. I mean, finally, right? English.
Yeah, man. So for myself and Francisco, Adam, and Brandon, we're wrapping this thing up from Nashville Fairgrounds. Thanks so much for joining us. Follow us Monday. We got Xfinity Racing on tap for you. So join us then. But for now, we gone.
See ya.